Once upon a time, in a cozy little town nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, there was a man named Samuel. Now, Samuel was no ordinary man. He possessed a remarkable gift that set him apart from the rest of the townsfolk. He had an extraordinary knack for making people happy. You see, even in a town where a few souls carried the weight of unhappiness, Samuel's mission was to lift their spirits and bring joy into their lives. Samuel was a man of simplicity. He lived in a quaint cottage on the outskirts of town, and his livelihood came from the most humble of professions, selling flowers. His blooms were not the most exotic or the most colorful, but there was a secret ingredient in his blossoms that made them truly special. They were grown with love and care. When people bought a bouquet from Samuel, they weren't just purchasing flowers, they were receiving a piece of his heart's warmth. One bright morning, a young woman named Emily wandered into the town market. She carried a heavy heart and had seemingly forgotten what happiness felt like. As she strolled by Samuel's flower stall, she couldn't help but notice the radiant smile on his face. Intrigued by his infectious cheerfulness, she decided to strike up a conversation. "Good morning," Emily greeted Samuel. "Good morning to you too, dear," Samuel replied with a twinkle in his eye. And so, they began to talk. Samuel shared stories of his life, his love for flowers, and his unwavering commitment to spreading happiness. His passion and enthusiasm were so contagious that, without realizing it, Emily started feeling a spark of joy rekindle within her. Week after week, Emily returned to the market to visit Samuel. She couldn't explain it, but there was something about their conversations that seemed to heal her wounded spirit. Samuel's optimism and kindness worked like a soothing balm, gradually dissolving the layers of sorrow that had enveloped her. One day, as Emily was preparing to leave, Samuel handed her a small bouquet of delicate flowers. "These are for you, my dear," he said. "I can see you've been going through a tough time, and I hope these flowers can bring a little light into your life." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she accepted the gift. She was overwhelmed by the depth of compassion she had found in Samuel. Those simple flowers were not just a gift. They were a symbol of his caring nature and the happiness he shared with the world. In the following weeks, Emily's life started to transform. The happiness that Samuel had planted in her heart began to grow and flourish. She found herself smiling more often and even began assisting Samuel at his flower stall. Their friendship deepened, and together they became agents of happiness, spreading joy throughout the town. Word of Samuel's remarkable ability to make people happy began to spread far and wide. Visitors from neighboring towns flocked to meet the man with the magical touch. Samuel's little flower stall grew into a bustling hub of cheer, where laughter echoed and the fragrance of joy filled the air. It's true that individuals with aspirations as lofty as Samuel's are rare to find, but they do exist, and they have the power to change lives. In a world that can sometimes be clouded by despair, we should always remember that there are a precious few individuals who dedicate their lives to making others happy, one smile at a time. And so, Samuel's legacy lived on, not just in the beautiful flowers he nurtured, but in the hearts of those he touched. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, a single act of kindness can bring a ray of sunshine into someone's life. And that, my friends, is the true magic of Samuel's world.